Good evening, everyone. Welcome to BioVanguard Self-Talk presentation. For today's presentation, Ananya will be our presenter and she will be discussing on the topic, the longitudinal impact of social media use on UK adolescents' mental health, longitudinal observational study. Before the presentation, I would like to introduce her. Ananya Kans is specialized in population research, focusing on aging, the socioeconomic challenges of marginalized communities, and gender dynamics. She holds a master's in population studies from the International Institute for Population Sciences, Mumbai, and a master's in geography from Visva Bharati University, Shantiniketan. Her academic background has equipped her with expertise in demography, statistical analysis, GIS, and research methodology, making her a valuable contributor to interdisciplinary research initiatives. Ananya is also actively involved in projects addressing socioeconomic disparities and health challenges, particularly among the aging population. Now, I would like to welcome Ananya to start with her presentation.
Thank you for the introduction, Noma. Good evening, everyone. And today I'll be presenting a research work titled The Longitudinal Impact of Social Media Use on UK Adolescents' Mental Health, a longitudinal observational study. So, globally, 1 in 7 adolescents experiences a mental disorder, which accounts for 15% of the global burden of disease in this age group. And yet, these remain largely unrecognized and untreated. The reason for the increase in mental disorders among young people are complex and influenced by many factors, including the use of social media. And the recent survey shows that 97% of adolescents use at least one social media platform. Previous studies reveal that there are both positive and negative influences of social media use on adolescent mental health. Some studies have linked increased social media use with depression, anxiety, and the psychological distress, while others have found that social media can increase social support, can strengthen social bonds, and reduce social isolation and loneliness. And a recent model identified that social comparison, social feedback, and self reflection are three key mechanisms of why social media be related to can be related to self esteem. Self esteem has been identified as a possible mediator of the relationship between social media use and mental health problems. There is some evidence that social media use encourages young people to engage more in negative social comparison behaviors, which can lead to low self esteem and, in turn, mental health problems. Social media use can also reduce self esteem by facilitating cyberbullying and social exclusion. Another possible mediator in the link between social media use and mental health could be feelings of social connectedness among peers. As social media platforms aim to facilitate social connections between peers, it is possible that social media use may improve feelings of peer connectedness, but can also lead to negative interactions, including cyberbullying, which could result in lower feelings of peer connectedness. And exploring these mediating factors could help us understand how social media can impact mental health and improve prevention strategies and interventions to improve mental health problems. Therefore, the study aims to examine the longitudinal relationship between social media use and adolescent mental health, and whether this relationship is mediated by self-esteem and peer connectedness. This study is used data from UK Longitudinal Household Survey, Understanding Society, a nationally representative study that has interviewed all all household members in UK since 2009. And the study used data from waves 1 to 10, that is from 2009 to 2019. And the study included 3,228 participants who were adolescents aged 10 to 15 years. Mental health problems, which is the outcome variable, is measured by an instrument called Strengths and Difficulties Questionnaire. which screens for emotional and behavioral problems in children and adolescents aged 3 to 16 years. And the social media use, which is the independent variable, is measured based on two questions asked in the survey. That is, if the participant is belongs to any social media platform and how much time they spend in it. Initially, adjusted and unadjusted multi-level linear regressions were conducted to explore the association between social media use and mental health. Further, a mediation model was proposed for the association between social media and mental health by self-esteem and peer connectedness. To investigate these mediation pathways, path analysis with structural equation modeling was used, and Monte Carlo test was used to examine the significance of indirect effects. And to further test for potential modification of the mediators, three variables were created that multiplied each of the mediators by social media use, but no moderation was found there. According to the results, mental health problems as measured on the strengths and difficulties questionnaire increased by 0.96 points for every unit increase in active social media use. It is thereby suggested that those who spend a lot of time on social media might have poor mental health. But the results were no longer significant when they were adjusted for covariates. Mental health scores at 14 to 15 years of age increased by 0.34 for every additional year they took part in the survey. Therefore, it shows that taking part in the survey at baseline more recently was related to poor mental health problems 2 years later. The study also reveals that no longitudinal association shows no longitudinal association between active social media use and mental health, but the unadjusted analysis shows that 68% of the effect of social media use was mediated by self-esteem. It also reveals that more active social media use was associated with lower self-esteem, which in turn was associated with more mental health problems. And this is what has been shown in this figure. There is no significant association between social media and mental health problems, but there is some association through the mediation analysis, mediation pathways. Therefore, the study found that more time spent on active social media use at 12 to 13 years of age was not associated with mental health problems at 14-15 years of age among UK adolescents. Although the unadjusted results suggest that more time spent on social media was associated with more mental health problems. The study attempted to understand some of the complexity of the relationship between social media use and mental health by exploring the mediating roles of self-esteem and peer connectedness, where only self-esteem was found to be a significant mediator between social media and mental health. The study also found to be a significant the study also found some indication that more active social media use and that more active social media use was associated with feeling less happy with friendships, but happiness with friends was not further associated with poor mental health. Implications of such studies is that it helps to improve guidance or recommendations for young people, parents, caregivers, clinicians, educators, and policymakers on how to manage the impact of social media on mental health. More methodologically robust representative longitudinal studies could build a greater understanding of the complex pathways in the relationship between social media use and mental health. And understanding these pathways could help inform recommendations on how to manage the potentially negative impacts of social media on mental health. This study has several strengths. First, it was based on a nationally representative sample of adolescents in the United Kingdom. So these findings are likely to be generalizable to adolescents in the United Kingdom. Secondly, it was a longitudinal design. which allowed for an examination of complex relationship between social media use and mental health problems, mental health and its associated factors. However, this study was limited by the relatively small sample size in the complete case analysis and uh, may have been underpowered. Secondly, the analysis was based on self-reported data and may not correlate with objective measures such as observed time spent on social media. The measures used to assess social media use, self-esteem, and social connectedness may also have been too crude to meaningfully capture these concepts and poor validity and reliability. Lastly, the study only focused on those with data at 12 to 13 years olds and 14 to 15-year olds, which may limit the generalizability of the findings. The study found little evidence to suggest that more time spent on social media was associated with later mental health problems in UK adolescents. Although it suggests that self esteem might play a role in the relationship between social media use and mental health. And further, more research is needed to explore how different types of social media use affect mental health and who is most affected by social media use in order to develop more targeted prevention strategies and interventions to improve young people's mental health. Thank you.
Thank you, Ananya, for the presentation. Audience, now the floor is open for the queries. If you have any queries, you can type in the chat box. Okay, there were no questions. So thank you, Ananya, for the presentation, and I
Thank
thank you for attending the session.